Alright, much brew time. Playing some Splendid Landfall in Standard. And we'll play first. Alright. This waste is a bit clunky, but I guess we still get to Grimflayer eventually. Our mana base is a bit awkward. Blooming Marsh for our opponent. And passes. Well, there's Splendid Reclamation. Let's play a Plains, pass turn. Up against a green-black snake deck, most likely. Long Tusk Cub. Well, we're going to kill that. Fatal Push. The Cub. Now, play Warp Landscape. Pass the turn. Can get our green mana, then I think we might just play Retreat to Emeria next turn. Another Cub. Alright, crack this. Get our Forest. Waste, and let's just Retreat to Emeria. And ship the turn. Next turn we get to start making 2 tokens to block. And playing Grimflayers. And eventually we're going to get back a ton of lands with this Splendid Reclamation. Alright, there's the snake. Opponent gets in with the cub. Yup. Get some energy. Well, playing Evolving Wilds, get a 1/1. Play a Grimflayer, and pass the turn. Problem is, our opponent's going to start making some pretty big things thanks to this Winding Constrictor. Pumps the cub to a 4/4. Thankfully, we can start chumping it. Attune with Ether. Yup. Another land. Grasp on our Grimflayer. Yup. Now, we'll just chump the cub. Keep our opponent from getting more energy. Crack Evolving Wilds. Get a... Jeez. I don't even know if it matters. I guess Forest is probably most important. Get a 1/1. Tireless Tracker would be nice. Walking Ballista, eh? Alright, let's play the Ballista. Play Evolving Wilds. Get a 1/1. And I guess we get in for 1. And pass turn. Next turn we can Splendid Reclamation, which is going to be a lot of landfall triggers. It might be enough to win the game. We're going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 landfall triggers. Alright, there's a Rishkar. So I think what we want to do is shoot down the Rishkar. Alright, opponent saves it, but they're down to 1 card in hand. They get some counters. And I guess we got to chump Long Tusk Cub. Crack Evolving Wilds. Get a Swamp. Get a 1/1. Play Evolving Wilds. Get a 1/1. Crack Evolving Wilds. Get a Forest. Get a 1/1. Splendid Reclamation. Back all of our lands. And I think we just make all 1/1s here. And then next turn try to win by cracking our Evolving Wilds, Warp Landscape, all that stuff. Pass the turn. I mean, if our opponent can kill our stuff somehow, that would be annoying. Goes to combat. We just got to chump Cub, chump Rishkar. This is enough that we should still be able to win this turn. We draw a Walking Ballista. Well, play a Swamp. Pump up our team. Crack Evolving Wilds. Pump up our team. Yeah, our core allies are going to be pretty huge. Evolving Wilds. Up to 4/4s. Up to 5/5s. And that does it! Wow! We just did nothing, ramped into Ramped it to our Splendid Reclamation with a retreat to a Mirror out and just won. Our opponent could just not keep up. That was pretty sweet. Seems like this could be a good Planar Outburst matchup. Going down Worldbreaker, most likely. Yahani's expertise doesn't do as much as I'd like. And we might just try it like this. Yeah, let's try it like that. We have the green-black Delirium looking hand. Double Flare, double Fatal Push. Alright. It actually seems like a reasonable hand against our opponent's deck. Untap black mana on turn 1 would be nice, but this is pretty fine. Blooming Marsh for our opponent. Well, Hissing Quagmire, go. Yeah, we look exactly like green-black Delirium or something with this hand. Swamp for our opponent. Ooh, there's our retreat, too. Well, Grim Flayer, number 1, pass turn. No removal yet. Servant of the Conduit for our opponent. This is awkward. Well, kill the Servant. Get in with Grim Flayer. Mill, and we'll keep Swamp on top, I think. Play Warp Landscape. Pass the turn. Would have been nice to be able to play second Grim Flayer, but next turn we can Fatal Push plus Grim Flayer. Tireless Tracker. And passes. Alright, let's just Walking Ballista X2, kill Grim Flayer that way. Or kill Tireless Tracker that way. Shoot down Tireless Tracker. I believe this also turns on Delirium, so we get in for 4. I think we're just going to mill all of these. And pass the turn. We'd rather find white mana than a Hissing Quagmire here. A Long Tusk Cub for our opponent. Well, let's get in with Grim Flayer. This might just be the Grim Flayer game. Oh, goodness. Well, put in graveyard. We'll leave Splendid Reclamation on top. Play another Grim Flayer. And pass the turn. Rishkar. And let's just kill the Cub. And our opponent scoops it up. Well, our opponent mulliganed a bit in that last game, but that was a pretty dominant performance for Splendid Landfall or Splendid Retreats. Impressive.